Hey guys, my name is Lee, and I want to first thank you for stopping by my channel and checking me out. This channel will be dedicated to my gastric bypass journey. I want to document myself and actually see my growth and progression as I go through this journey. So let me just give you a little background about myself. My name is Lee. I'm 27 years old, and I am a type 2 diabetic. I have high blood pressure, I have high cholesterol, and I decided to do something about that last year. Now, I have been a professional dieter all my life. Like, I can't remember when I wasn't on a diet. I have done Weight Watchers. I have done Jenny Craig. I've done Weight Watchers again. I've done something called extreme weight loss. You know, when they get the B12 shots in your butt. I've did everything. And I would lose the weight and then I would gain the weight back. And I would lose the weight and I would gain the weight back. And I promised myself a long time ago that I would be out of the 200s by the time I'm 30. So I am kicking it in the butt at the age of 27. I'm going to be out of the 200s and in the ones, or as people say, in Wonderland by the time I am 30. So let me give you a little bit background. I started my journey on June 17, 2015 at GBMC Bariatric here in Baltimore, Maryland. My doctor is Dr. Elizabeth Dovak, and I actually was supposed to have my surgery in September. I was on the 4-month track, which meant I started in June, and then by September I would be having my final appointment. But that was not the case with me. Being that I was a type 2 diabetic, when I first went to my first appointment, they have you go to get your blood work done. I got a call like this next day from my personal care physician, and she basically was like, look, your A1C, which is your glucose level, is over a 13, and we can't perform any surgery on you unless we get it under a 10. So I was like, okay, cool, I'm gonna do what I gotta do in order to get it under control. So I got put on two excuse me, you guys. I got put on 2 insulins. One was a long acting, which was Levemir, and the second one was a fast acting, and I took that whenever I ate. In that first, it was Humalog. I would take the long acting one in the morning, and then whenever I had a meal, I would take the Humalog, and then I would take the Levemir again at night before I went to bed. Now, so I had my first A1C test in June, so I had to wait until August to go back and get my A1C tested again. So I'll go back, and it went from being a 13 to a 12. So I'm like, all right, I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing. So then I go back in September, and it is in 11. So it went from a 13 to a 12 to an 11. So she was like, okay, it's going down. It's just, slow and steady wins the race. And I'm like, all right, cool. So I'm on a supervised diet with my nutritionist. So I'm on a high protein, low carb diet. So I'm like, all right, I'm eating what I'm supposed to be eating. I cut out all the junk. So, we should see what happens in the next time I go in. So the next time I go in is November. Now, after my appointment in September, I already knew that I was not going to have any type of surgery. I mean, I finished all the classes that were required for me, but because my A1C was still high, I couldn't even have my final appointment yet. So I was like, ugh, gracious. So November comes, and I actually go the Monday after Thanksgiving. So I go, and my A1C is still at an 11, and so she calls me a couple days later and is like, all right, well, we're going to put you on Genovia. So I was now on 2 insulins and Genovia. Oh, and I also was on metformin. So we spring forward. Christmas happens, then it's January. I have another appointment, which is January 6th. So I'm like, all right, now something got to give. I've been going to this personal care physician since June. I have been doing what I'm supposed to be doing. I'm eating right, I'm exercising, I'm logging everything, I'm sending everything in. I have a nurse that calls me every week, so I'm trying my best. Go in January. My doctor calls me. She's like, are you taking your medication? Yeah, I paused. Ma'am, I am taking my medication. Let me tell you, insulin is expensive. So I was spending like almost $300-400 on insulin every month. And I had the bruise marks like on my stomach, my arms, and my legs from when I'm shooting up this insulin. I'm taking my medicine every single day. I'm trying to do what I need to do so I can get my surgery. So while she's on the phone asking me if I'm taking my medication and all that, I finally tell her, can I see a specialist? And so she was like, okay, you can see a specialist if you don't want me to, manage your sugar anymore. And I was like, yeah, that's the best bet. I said, it's no disrespect, but I've been with you since June of 2015. It is not January of 2016. And I'm not seeing no progress. So I think that I need to see a person that specializes in diabetes, and maybe they can help me. So she gave me the doctor. I called, made an appointment, and my first appointment with my new endocrinologist was February the 12th. I go to her on February 12th. She switches my Humalog to Novolog. My second appointment with her was April the 12th. Y'all, I went to this lady for a month. 1 month. And in 1 month, my A1C was down to an 8.2. I was like, okay, I'm ready. I'm ready to make my final appointment. So she was like, all right, go downstairs, because my endocrinologist was upstairs and the bariatric center is downstairs. So she was like, go downstairs and give them a report of your A1C and tell them that you're ready to schedule your final appointment. And I'm like, oh, I'm pumped. So I go give them my paperwork. I wait probably like a day or so. They call me back and they schedule my final appointment, which was April the 19th. So I went in, and then I went for my final appointment. I was the first person there. I was the first person to meet with the doctor. And that's when I got my new birthday, which is going to be May 26th. So May 26th, which is next Thursday, is when I will be having my gastric bypass surgery at GBMC at 9:30 a.m. And I'm super, 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 super excited. This journey for me was long. I know I had a lot of support with a lot of the people that came in with me, and one thing I can say about this journey was that I wanted this surgery so bad, and I felt like it was going too smooth, and then I hit a bump, and then I hit another bump, and I hit another bump. But I felt like this journey made me wiser. It showed me how to have patience, and it made me humble, because we as people, sometimes we want to do whatever we want to do, when, where, and how, super quick. We want the microwave version of things. But I was able to learn patience. So even though I had to wait, I was just like, all right, that's cool. I can work some extra hours at work. I could do some overtime. I can go visit my family, while I'm still waiting. And so that's what actually happened. I had my pre-op testing last week. Now, last week, Monday, I had my blood work done, and I had my EKG done. They had to redo my EKG because I had a bad cold, and it was not working right. Like the little sticky things were not even sticking to me. They just kept sliding off, and I was just like, oh goodness. And the lady was like, it's fine. 9 times out of 10, it's because you're sick. You have a cold, so we're gonna wait till next Monday. So I went on yesterday, which was the 15th. No, yesterday was the 16th. So I went on the 16th and had my EKG done. And my test results were normal. And then I went to have my chest x-ray done. And those results were normal as well. So I am cleared for surgery. I am super excited. And I'm ready to start my journey. So the things that I have so far, I went yesterday and I got the Atkins Lift protein drinks. I got the orange pack, the lemon pack, and the berry pack, because we can have any type of Isopure, but I just don't like how Isopure tastes. The smell bothers me, and so I was just like, no, you ain't gotta worry about me trying to drink that. So since she told us we could substitute that with the Lift, I went ahead and bought those. I have all of my vitamins. I have my my calcium. I have my calcium citrate, my multivitamin, my biotin, and I think that's it. I also have the medicine that they told us to get before surgery, which is the omeprazole, the medication for nausea, and I do have asthma. I forgot to mention that. So they did give me an asthma pump of albuterol. So I do have that as well. What else do I have? Oh, my mom and dad are coming up from South Carolina next Tuesday, and they are going to be bringing me like my sugar-free Jello, my Gatorades, my Powerades, my sugar-free puddings. My mama says she's gonna be bringing like some chicken, like the canned chicken and stuff. She's gonna be bringing that. I bought the packets of the Starkist tuna fish yesterday. I got all of the flavors, so that when I'm on that soft food phase, I don't be bored. I won't be bored with food. This weekend I will be going to get more stuff like sugar-free sugar-free applesauce. I'm going to be getting sugar-free applesauce because my doctor wants us to when we take the omeprazole, she wants us to break it open and mix it with unsweetened applesauce. So that's what I have to get. So I got to get that. I also am going to get like some salmon, some more protein. I want to get like the nectar protein. I want to get those as well because I have my Premier Proteins, and I have my Premier Proteins in chocolate, vanilla, and strawberry. And I also have the Weiler's water mixes. They're similar to Crystal Light. I have those as well. I basically have almost everything I need. I just need to make sure that I have the exact stuff that I'm going to have to take to the hospital. Like bedroom slippers, a nightgown, my robe, you know, the essentials for a hospital. And I'm going to come back and do a video on what's in my hospital bag. I'll probably end up doing that next week, Wednesday night or Tuesday. I haven't decided when I'm going to do that. I know some of you guys have been following me on Instagram. If not, I'll leave my Instagram name at the bottom so you can follow me on Instagram. But the only reason why I waited so long, you guys, to do a video is because I kind of didn't feel like I didn't want to share anything, and I was when I was actually in a big halt. Like I was stuck like Chuck. From September until now. And it was nothing new going on, honestly. Like in the beginning, I felt like I had so much to put on like my Instagram, like, oh, I got my psych evaluation, oh, I going to my first class, or oh, I'm going to my third class, or I went to my final class. But I got stuck like Chuck in September when I went to my last class, and I was like, well, it's really nothing for me to actually say. It's nothing for me to actually do, you know, until now. And so I promised myself, I was like, I'm going to, once I get the clear, once they tell me I'm cleared for surgery, I'll make my first video. And then that way, by the time surgery comes, you guys will actually be able to actually see my progress. One thing I wanted to say is that insulin is it's a growth hormone. So when I first met with my endocrinologist, she was like, your surgeon is going to have to work with me, because if we're going to get your A1C down, that your weight is going to go up. So at first I was like, okay, I understand. But baby, when I tell you, she was not lying. My sugar, I mean, not my sugar, but my weight went from like 249 to 260. And I was like, what? And it was all because of the fact that my, it seemed like the more they increased my insulin, the more weight I would gain. So she told me that was normal, and she was expecting that. But yeah, you guys, I'm excited about that. I will be doing probably another video right after this, just showing you guys my actual medications that I have, and that video wouldn't be long, or shouldn't be long. So thank you guys for watching me. I want to say hey to all my new subscribers. Yeah, I also have a beauty channel as well, but I'm not really on that channel right now. I'm more focused on this channel, but I will add the link below so that you guys can check me out on that. So again, thank you guys. Don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe, and I love y'all.